Thanks for the support as a channel member, Mumongu Gaming. Well, it's not quite 15 points clear, but we are 5 points clear at the top of the league, still with a way to go. Let's hope we don't bottle it this time. Hello and welcome to part 82 of Bourne in the USA. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have two games for you. We're away against both Swope Park and FC Arizona. Since you were last with me, this is what our form has looked like. We haven't lost a league match since September, early September. The first game in September was the last league game we lost. It is now coming up on the end of February. We are looking good, boys and girls. We just need to... I mean, we've had a couple of little wobbles, a couple of draws recently, but fingers crossed we can be back to winning ways today. This is what the league table looks like. So 32 games played. We are 5 points clear of St. Louis and Torch, both there on 69, and then a little gap back to Atlanta, Ocean City, all your usual suspects. But we want to win the league, which means we need to keep winning matches. Hopefully, 2 more wins coming up now. This is the team that we're sending to Swope Park. Oh, we've got a new goalkeeper. Of course we have, because the transfer window happened. We brought in a couple of new players. Jeff Aguilar is a 21-year-old left winger who is better than any other left winger we've got at the club. So that was nice. And Bradley Cook is a goalkeeper who's better than any other goalkeeper we've got at the club, which is also really nice. And then but my director of football did both of these because I can't sign players at the moment. I'm not banned from signing them or anything. I cannot negotiate wages for any players currently because budgets are a mess. My director of football apparently doesn't have access to the bank account and doesn't know the situation. So I'll let him bring those two in on loan. If he wants to bring another player in as well, he can. It's impressed with the permanent signing. It's always the way with director of football. They're good at loans. They're terrible at permanent signings. I'll never learn. But that's 3 new players who've come in, 2 of which are in the team today. Cook is there in goal, and Aguilar's going to start on the left-hand side. So the team is Cook in goal, a back four. In fact, all 3 of them are starting. Garcia's in at left-back because Campithun has broken his leg. He's going to be out forever with a broken leg. And Campos, our other left-back, has got a cold. Preston Perez, who can play left-back, is out for 3 weeks with a twisted ankle. So it turns out that my director of football can read the future. Knew we were a little short on left-back, so Diego Garcia makes his debut today as the only left-back we've got now. So Garcia, Morgan, Vinicius and Martinez, Cox and Padilla in midfield, and then Aguilar on the left, Huyan on the right, because Garcia is injured as well, or just coming back from an injury. He's been out for ages. And then Takada and Johnson up front. Takada has been in great form since coming back into the team alongside Johnson. They're both quite capable of playing either the target man or the advanced forward role. So they kind of swap around every now and again. Basically, if you have a game where they don't look like they've done anything, I'll just swap them round and the other one gets a run as the advanced forward then. But they're both seemingly equally as good at both roles. It's probably not the best management in the world, but we're top of the league. That automatically means it's the best management in the world. But we've not actually scored a goal yet. We're a Swope Park in the league. They're down in 12th place. We're 30 points ahead of them. This should be a comfortable win. But there's a lot of times we've been able to say that, and it hasn't necessarily come off. So I'm trying not to count any chickens before they're hatched. And Jeff Aguilar has grabbed our first goal of the game. 24 minutes gone. It's his first goal for Bourne, and it's 1-0 to us. And it's come from the corner, although it's the second bite of the cherry from the corner. Takada with the in-swinger on his left foot, and Aguilar's there with the header at the far post. Johnson was looking for it. Aguilar is already there. And that puts us 1-0 up. You can see St. Louis have already scored in their game as well, as have Torch. So we need to keep winning because those 2 are continuing to put the pressure on. It's very much a breakaway group of 3. I think I'm fairly confident at this point to say we're definitely finishing top 3, but 2nd and 3rd end up in the hideous playoffs. And we know we can't do them. So we've got to make sure we're the ones who go up in first place. Let them rascals tussle it out in the playoffs with all the riffraff who finish in 7th place. Padilla then playing it forward, looking for Takada with a flick onto Johnson. It was a nice move, but Johnson apparently has strayed offside there. I wasn't actually looking for Johnson when I saw the ball coming in for Takada. But yeah, there he is. Well offside. There's the flick on. I say well offside. He's actually a little bit offside, but apparently a little bit offside counts just as much as well offside. So it doesn't really matter which end of the offside spectrum you're on. If you're offside, you're offside. Personally, I think that's a little bit unreasonable. We should have given him like a third of a goal there because he was only a little bit offside. I could make some rule changes to football and really improve this game. They just need to let me out the rule book. Right, an hour gone, still only 1-0. I would like a second goal, or a third of a goal. I would like a second goal, though, to start feeling a little bit more comfortable, because at any moment, something like that could happen. And with a lesser goalkeeper in, it's 1-1, and all of a sudden, we're letting Swope Park... No, we're playing Swope Park. Who is it who's chasing us? Torch and St. Louis are the two teams chasing us, aren't they? We let them back in, because they're probably both still winning their games. Vinicius can hear me and lumps it forward, looking for the run of Johnson, but doesn't find him. And they are both winning their games, as you would expect them to, because they're good teams. Everyone should be winning their games. Right, we're going to take Cox off in midfield. Henao can come on for him. And we're going to take off Johnson, bring on Almiral up front. It's not often we bring on Almiral, but we'll get him on. Normally, Quinn is the third striker option. But Almiral's our boy. And, I mean, he has scored. We've got 4 good strikers. That's the weird thing about the club at the moment. We've got some pretty good options. Are we going to be able to take Martinez off? Or is that going to leave us with not enough teenagers? Oh, no, Okay. I'm not quite sure how that adds up to 3. 1, 2. Not going to argue. Just going to accept that it's allowed. Parmenta comes on at right back, and we just need to see this game out now. It's been a very dull game. Do they not realise this is a live com? We've done this in an episode. We need better than just grinding out a boring old 1 1/3 0. But we have picked up the victory, and that's important because, like I say, Torch and St. Louis have won their games as well. I think we'll see on the league table what they have. The gap between the 3 of us and everyone behind us continues to increase. And now we head to Arizona to try and keep our unbeaten run going. A couple of changes for the Arizona game then. Campos can come back in at left back. Garcia can come in on the right-hand side of midfield. And we've swapped Johnson and Takada around because neither of them scored in the last game. This is what we do. This is all we have to do. It's the key. Watch them now go and have good games. And if they don't, they'll swap again and they'll like it. Right, where are Arizona in the league? I vaguely remember Arizona being a good side at some point in the save, but we know how this league structure works. It could have been a different Arizona or several different Arizonas in different leagues. I just don't know, but I'm sure Arizona are a team we've competed with for promotions in the past. They're certainly not there this year. They're down in 10th place. But I want to beat them. I want to beat everybody. We've got to win all of our matches. Who is St. Louis playing? St. Louis 1-1 at home to Nashville currently. And Garcia's injured again. Well, that's troublesome because we don't have Huyan on the bench. I guess Almiral comes on. Can Parmenta actually play there? You know what? Parmenta, his best role, bearing in mind he's 5'6" and just over 10 stone, his best role is a wide target man. Now, I'm not saying if you're 5'6" and 10 stone, you can't be a target man. I am saying I'm not going to play him as a target man. It just, something about it feels like it might not work. Now, I'm no expert, but it seems like the sensible course of action. I don't know if bringing him on to play on the right wing is ever going to be sensible, but he's the only one who can actually play there. Can Martinez play further forward? No, not really. We might have to shuffle the system around in the second half. I'm not really sure how we can shuffle it because we don't have another centre-back on the bench, so we can't go to a wing-back system. I guess we could potentially... These are the kind of thoughts I should have been having before making the substitution, really. We'd have to sacrifice Aguilar or go to something asymmetric, and I hate asymmetric. We're going to stick as we are for now. Parmenta's going to show me that he is the winger we've always dreamed of. Why have we not got Huyan on the bench? Who picks this bench? Goodness me. Right, Padilla. From midfield, plays it out to Aguilar. Justify you still being on the pitch, because Almiral could have come on. and we could have gone 3 up top. We've got Hanau who could have come on in midfield as well. The sensible thing probably was a 4-3-3. Kev's a genius. Kev's a genius. You can't write it. Parmenta, the winger we've always dreamed of. My goodness me, I love Football Manager sometimes. When it's great, it's the greatest game in the world. When it's picking on you, it's horrible. But when things are going your way, oh, it can make you feel like a special boy. Parmenta, inspired change, bringing him on to play on the right wing. Oh, my goodness me. Torch have gone 1-0 up as well. St. Louis appear to not yet be winning in their game, which is potentially significant. If we can narrow it down to just one team chasing us, that's an awful lot better than 2. The strikers not playing very well today in either match, which is a little bit of a worry. We tried swapping them around and everything, but Almiral can come on. We're bringing Hanau on in midfield as well. And Parmenta, flying winger Parmenta, watch him be fully retrained as a winger now and go on to be the star of the save. Cross comes in looking for Takada, but he can't get there. Ahead of the goalkeeper, who's rushing out to clutch it out of the sky. Martinez heading forward to Parmenta, who he just looks like he fits on that right wing. He just fits. Takada to Johnson, who's shooting from range. I thought I'd brought Almiral on. Maybe the change hadn't gone through yet, but that certainly looked like it was Takada to Johnson. But now we've got Johnson and Almiral on up front. That makes more sense. Takada's now gone off. He was still on for that highlight. I understand now. Right, can we have another goal from Parmenta? I want to really, really be a genius. I don't want anyone thinking it was just a fluke and that I didn't do it deliberately, because obviously it was all part of the plan. I've been training him to play on the right wing for months. Always part of the plan to have him in there as an extra right winger. Did I not mention it in the videos? Oversight on my part, but it's definitely something I've been thinking about a lot. Really, really was part of the plan. This is another very dull match where not very much is happening. I guess the positive we can take from this is we're grinding out results whilst not really playing very well. And as the cliche goes, that's the sign of a team destined to win stuff. If we can play as relatively poorly as we have in today's episode and still pick up 2 wins away from home the way we have, then who's going to stop us winning the league? Exactly. Nobody. And this is Almiral, just for the record, who grabs this goal. Through ball from Johnson. It's a nice little pass. And Almiral with a tidy finish underneath the goalkeeper. St. Louis have gone ahead in their game as well. So both them and Torch also winning both matches on today's episode, which really emphasises the importance of us doing it, because if we'd have lost them both, we'd be 3rd in the league now, which would be troublesome. So I'm glad that's not the case. But let's check what's up with Garcia this time. Ankle ligaments this time. That boy cannot catch a break. Huyan's going to be back in the team permanently at this rate. Right, do we play Torch or St. Louis? We play St. Louis there. So that's what we're coming back for in the next episode. We'll probably do Tulsa and St. Louis, and hopefully be in a position where we can wrap the league up there. If we're close to wrapping the league, we might do St. Louis and Connecticut and just call it the last episode of the season. If things are a little bit tighter, we'll probably do Tulsa and St. Louis and then come back for Atlanta and Arsenal on the final day to just hammer it all home. We're going up as champions now, though. No one's stopping us. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.